having launched Chapter 13 last week on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. I'm delighted to bring back Oliver Lewis to speak about the role of a key human rights treaty in shifting disability and mental health policy, from institutionalization to community-based rehabilitation.
I had the privilege of co-authoring the chapter on mental health and disability with my friend and colleague Sumitra Patare. In the chapter, we make the point that the 2006 UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities is the culmination of centuries of inequality, segregation, torture, and indeed murder of people with disabilities, in particular those with psychosocial or intellectual disabilities. And at the UN level, there have been many stops and starts from the 1970s onwards that have given rise to some limited rights of persons with disabilities. The CRPD contains innovations not seen in international human rights before, such as national monitoring mechanisms, an intersectional approach, and a duty on the state to ensure that participation of people with disabilities in the development of laws and policies that affect them. And while those elements are new, actually the CRPD is an example of evolution rather than revolution. And the framing of the CRPD as the latest iteration within an ongoing discussion means that the net effect of the CRPD is likely to land better at the policy level. The heavy lifting at the conceptual level is one of the challenges to implementation, in particular in the sometimes fraught field of mental health. But we take comfort from the fact that the civil society input into the 4 years that it took to negotiate the convention has given rise to a sustained activism around the world, with people with disabilities and their representative organisations demanding change at the local, national, regional and international levels. Thank you again, Larry and Ben, for this opportunity.
And thank you, Oliver. Larry and I were honored to take part in the launch of this chapter last week in the UK, and you can find the video of the full launch event online.